Hello, good people. This is Sherry, and today I'm going to show you what I've done with some of my foil fabric that I've done. I'm kind of deciding which one I'm going to play with today. These are foils that I've made using foil and my stencils that I have. I have a 3-pack of stencils that you can get in my shop. I decided that this is the one that I'm going to play with today. This is some fabric that I got from Michaels, and then I put my foil on it to make it my own design. I have a couple of videos where I show you how I put the foil on using the hot foil method. I'm going to be using regular white glue, and this is a cane reed. I'm cutting a piece of cane reed, and I'm going to wrap my fabric around it. I chose cane reed because it has a hole in it already. The hole is pretty large, and it turns out that that hole is really an issue for me, but I had to kind of make it work for me. I'm spreading my glue on my fabric, and I'm using a spatula. I normally use a little sponge brush, but I like using the spatula better because the sponge brush really absorbs the Mod Podge, and so I use a lot more Mod Podge than I need to. I've wrapped my fabric around my cane reed pretty tightly, and now I'm getting off the little edges of fabric. Now I'm going to cut this into 1-inch long beads, and it turns out that this cane reed was a lot harder to cut than I thought. Originally, I tried to cut it in my Glowforge, and I could not get it to cut. So I'm using a mini jigsaw that I've had for years. I used to make gourds, different gourd purses and all kinds of gourd art. And this little jigsaw was great for that. So I'm using it here to cut these 1-inch beads. Now I'm going to seal the beads. I'm going to seal them with this mix of Mod Podge and water, half Mod Podge and half water. I'm going to put my beads on this string so that I can dip them into my Mod Podge and water sealer. Now that I have all of them covered with the sealer, I'll need to string it up so that it can dry. I'm going to let it dry overnight. It may not take that long to dry, but that will do it. I'm going to separate them so that they won't stick together. And then I kind of take my brush and wipe the bottom of them because there's quite a bit of a drip, and I don't want the drip to pool at the back of the bead. So I did just kind of wipe some of the mixture off. I finally get to the part where I can create what I wanted to create, and it turns out I wasn't able to make the design that I wanted to make. I wanted to use these end caps, but they didn't quite fit. The little gold things there are end caps that I bought when I was in Thailand, and I had not used them yet because I have to have the right size beads for them to look right. So I ended up not using my end caps, but I created a design anyway. I put these yellow beads on top and the bottom of it to close the bead off, close the hole off. It was quite a large hole in the cane reed bead. So the rest of this is stuff you probably already know. This is 20 gauge wire that I'm using, and I'm going to make a loop on both ends of my bead and just kind of do what I call a raggedy wrap, and then put my findings on. And I apologize, I made the pendant and didn't turn the camera on. So you see the pendant with the gold bead on top. That's going to be the necklace part. For my necklace part, I'm just using some satin cord. I'm just going to tie a knot on both ends, and you'll be able to just tie it to whatever length you want to wear your pendant. And that's about it. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, share, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, and I would love it if you would subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you know somebody who would benefit from this, send the video to them and ask them to subscribe. All right, good people, this is what we have. I turned this fabric into these round beads. This is Sherry saying, as always, be blessed.